I want to also highlight, in addition to all of the national leaders and women who have run for office, whether it be here in the House of Representatives, in the Senate, or as president, we also have many unsung women who toil every day but make a huge impact. So it's only fitting, Mr. Speaker, that during Women's History Month that I recognize a Nevada leader, an icon, Miss Ruby Duncan, who is an inspiration in my home state to many. Ruby, to me, is the personification of the word fight. She is someone who we can all learn from each and every day. Her history is a lesson in never giving up and staring down the specter of inequality. Nothing was ever handed to her, but much was taken. Her life began in the middle of the Great Depression. But where she grew up in rural Louisiana, people were already poor for a long time. Ruby had 3 brothers and a sister, all but one passing from accidents or illnesses. She lost her parents before she was 4. So she spent most of her youth moving around Tallulah, living with relatives. The school that she attended, a school for black children, was located in a church miles from home. There was no transportation. She walked every day until she left school after the 9th grade for full-time work. Well, actually, it was more than full-time work. For years, she was a waitress, making about $9.50 a week. Yeah, that's right, $9.50 a week. And her work weeks were long, over 80 hours a week. When she heard her aunt in Las Vegas was making $40 for similar work, she moved there. When she arrived, she discovered her aunt living in a cardboard shack in the desert, sharing a community wash house with others. She discovered a de facto segregated community there. Separate schools, housing, and zoning in the community resulted in a system of clear disenfranchisement. Blacks were not welcome on the Las Vegas Strip hotels. They were colored sections designated in movie theaters. Still, Miss Ruby Duncan persevered. She survived. She did day work as a maid in homes around the area, and in 1959 she worked as a hotel maid, but was fired later for attempting to organize other maids to protest the inhumane treatment and workload. For a while, her only income for herself and her children was the Aid to Dependent Children grant that she received from the state welfare system. And like those struggling today, she did not rest. She was not lazy. She searched for work and was hired in the pantry of one of the Strip hotels in Las Vegas. After an accident, she learned she could no longer do the heavy work that she was performing. When a state program that was supporting her was cut, she was contacted to join a group of mothers going up to Carson City, our state's capital, to protest substandard grants from the Nevada legislature. She marched. She spoke at a hearing with no prior experience in public speaking. She did it because someone had to say something for those who were struggling. Someone had to stand up for what was right. After Mrs. Duncan's trip to Carson City, she was elected president of the Clark County Welfare Rights Organization. As president, she led the nationally publicized 1971 marches on the Las Vegas Strip, protesting the purge of thousands of needy Nevada families from programs designed to help the poor and allow them to keep their heads above water. From that, she has fought to provide basic necessities to families in need: food, shelter, health services, and education. Her organization that she created, Operation Life, has had an impact on health screening centers, libraries, food programs for women, infants, and children, child care, and the list goes on. Ruby Duncan represents hope. In a country plagued by inequality and discrimination of the worst forms, Ruby fought and won many decisive battles that affect the lives of so many in Nevada and across this nation today. But not everyone wins their battle with poverty. For so many, Circumstances beyond their control take over their lives. For many born poor, they stay poor. For many born just above the poverty line, they dip below and enter a cycle of living paycheck to paycheck, if they can even find one. The poor are not poor because of a weak character. They are not lazy. Many are poor because no one ever gave them a chance. But it's people like Ruby Duncan that I'm here to represent. They're people who had less than a hand up, but they still persevered. She is strong, and she is an inspiration to me and someone that I wanted to recognize on this recognition of Women's History Month. Congratulations to Miss Ruby Duncan.